If your interior is anything like mine, your roof liner is probably sagging and you've been putting it off forever, and today is the day we're going to fix it, and hopefully I can save you guys some money and make your interior feel 10 times better. Now today I'm going to be doing the roof liner on my Audi S3, and all cars are pretty much the exact same in terms of taking them apart and relining them, but you will have to figure out how you're going to take it out. Now, on my hatchback, the roof liner is going to come out of the boot, but on a coupe or a sedan like my BMW, it may have to come outside of the door. But yeah, if you know what shape your car is, you should be able to figure that out. So we're gonna go ahead and start stripping the interior and take all the things out, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And then hopefully we can get this roof liner done in just one day. Let's see how we go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start by taking all the interior trims out first, and then we can move on to the next step. It's good to leave the screws inside the trims, by the way, so then you don't go looking for them later. All right, we just got to do that another 4 more times. Next, I like to do the sun visors. Usually these come out with either just 1 or 2 screws on the hinges, like this one. So we'll just take 1 screw out here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then it should just sort of slide out on my car, and then unplug it if you have some lights on your, sun visors. So just like that. There we go. And we'll go ahead and do it on the other side. Okay, now that we've taken off all our trims, our next job is to remove these rubber seals around the doors and the windows. On the back of this car, the windows actually don't go down, so I just have to pop them out. And that's the same on like an E36, and then you can sort of pull the rubber seal that's on the inside of that. So you can kind of see it right along there. So we just have to push it down a little bit. And then our third job is to remove the pillars. At least just pop them down a little bit, so then they're not holding onto the roof liner like you can kind of see right there. So let's take these pillars off and the rubber seals. Okay, well, I found some screws inside my pillars where the airbag logo was, and now I think these should drop down a little bit more, like that. That's pretty much as I usually do it. You don't need to take them all the way out, unless you want to reline your pillars as well, like mine probably need doing. I don't know. We'll start with the roof liner first, and maybe if we get time I can do some of these other pillars. But yeah, drop them down about that much, and we'll go ahead and do the front ones as well. They also had screws underneath the little airbag logos, so we'll do that, and then this roof liner should be ready to come out. Okay, not gonna lie, a little bit of time has now passed. I got stuck on this part of the sunroof that sort of wraps around this frame along here. It is a little bit easier on most of the other cars I've done it on, and it just pretty much falls straight out of the Golf, so I would have had it done by now, but I haven't done it on this car yet, so I'm still figuring things out. But now that it's all pretty much separated, we're ready to take this thing out, so let's go ahead and pull it out. Okay, so now that we have our roof liner out, we're ready to pretty much start stripping this thing clean and get it ready for some new material. So I'm personally going to do my sunroof cover as well, but I won't bore you guys with that. If you want to know how to take your sunroof cover out, if you have one on an Audi or a Volkswagen, I'll leave a YouTube short somewhere on the channel. Will probably come out at the same time as this, so I'll make sure I link that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start stripping this thing clean, ready for some new material. Next step is pretty self-explanatory. We're gonna go ahead and take off all the old material because this is no longer usable, completely junk. And yeah, we'll also have to strip this thing completely back and get all the old foam, sticky foam off of it. Same with the sunroof cover as well. So let's do that. Okay, next step is actually baby powder. I know that sounds really, really weird, but for $2, you can get yourself a bottle of baby powder. And what it does is all the leftover glue on this roof liner, it sometimes just spreads like peanut butter when you're trying to take it all off, and you want it to sort of just clump up and just fall off, and that is what this makes that do. So yeah, I know it sounds weird, but baby powder, $2, get yourself some, and it makes this job a whole lot easier. Okay, next step is wire brush. We're going to use this to scrape off all the old glue and foam off the roof liner. I like to use this method because it can be a lot more safe to use this, so you don't actually ruin your roof liner itself. A lot of people use those sort of nylon brushes that you can sort of put onto the end of a drill and use that to just take all of this off. But we're on a budget here, so this I think was only like $3 from Bunnings, so I grabbed one of these, and we're going to use that to take all this stuff off. Okay, now that we have the bulk of this thing, we're going to go ahead and use a small wire brush and just take our time to get in all the little nooks and crannies we couldn't get with the big brush. We just want to take our time with this thing. We want to get all the debris off this roof liner where it's nice and smooth. It's okay if it's still like sort of tacky and gluey, but yeah, we just want to get all the foam and glue off this thing with our little wire brushes. Yeah, and also don't forget to do it on the backside of the roof liner. There will be little edges on the roof liner itself that have this same sort of glue and foam on it. You want to take that off so then later on we can actually wrap it around the edges and it actually sticks. So take your time with this. This is the most important part out of this whole entire thing. Okay, well, this is our roof liner at the moment. This is as good as I can get it for now. And we're gonna go ahead and clean this thing off with some compressed air and some Scotch-Brite. I use this just to wipe it off, and yeah. Now that we have our roof liners all nice and clean, stripped down, ready to go for some new material, we have to use some spray adhesive. This is one of the things we need to do this job. High temp spray adhesive. In Australia, it gets very, very hot, and if you don't use a high temp spray adhesive, more than likely a few weeks later, your roof liner is just gonna start falling apart again. So definitely get this brand. I like the CRC stuff. I've experimented with a few different spray adhesives before, and I just really, really like this stuff. So I've just stuck with this, and it's been really, really good. I've also got some new roof liner material. I got this online. It was about $50. I have gone down to a few roof liner or retrimming places before and then just bought it straight from them, but that's usually a bit more expensive. So if you can get it online, definitely save yourself the time and money. But yeah, we'll go ahead and lay this out fully. We just want to have a bit over what we need. This is about 1 meter long, so I got about 1.5 meters here, and then we'll trim it down so then there's just a bit hanging over the edges, and then lay some glue down. Okay, now that we have our lining basically laid over the roof liner itself, we're gonna go ahead and fold this over with the side we wanna do first. So I wanna do the back end first because that might be a bit easier, and if I screw up first, it's on the back side of the car, so I don't really care. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fold this over in half, like so. And then we're gonna go ahead and lay down a ton of glue on this side, and then we can pull that over and lay it down. Let's start laying some glue down. We're gonna wanna spray it onto the roof liner itself and the material, and then we'll fold it over. Now, if this feels like there's not enough glue, there probably isn't enough on it. You can't really not put enough on this because you don't want this to just eventually fail because you didn't put enough. This is about as much as I want, and you want this to tack up before you go ahead and pull it over. Okay, 2 minutes has passed. We're gonna go ahead and pull this over. And we're gonna start from the middle, like so, and just sort of finesse this material to lay flat for us. give it a massage. You can pull it up a little bit to be able to break it free again and lay it down flat again, but yeah, do it as many times, but you don't want to, you know, keep doing it and then have to glue it back down. Okay, we've finished one half. Let's go ahead and fold this thing over like so. And we should be able to lay some more glue down and lay down this side as well. So just make sure you don't accidentally get glue on this part. Okay, everything is stuck down. I also went ahead and did the sunroof cover. Not too bad, it's just a flat piece anyways. But we gotta let this set overnight and then we'll come back tomorrow morning and wrap the edges and glue those down and also cut out the hole for the sunroof cover and everything like that. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Okay, it is now the next day. We're gonna go ahead and start gluing down the edges. I've already cut off all the excess. I've just left about 1 centimeter overhang so then we can actually glue that down. So yeah, and we're gonna have to also cut around the sunroof hole as well and fold it over and try to tuck it in between all these clips. So let's get to it. Now that all the edges on the roof liner are all glued down, this thing is actually starting to shape up and look really, really good. We're gonna go ahead and cut out all the holes for the handles, the lights, and also the sunroof switch on the top here. And then this thing is pretty much ready to throw back inside the car again. So we're nearly there. Everything is now all cut out. Now I'm not too proud of this, but it's going to all get covered up anyways, so whatever. But everything else is now cut out, and I also went ahead and put in our new sunroof frame and everything like that because it was broken on this car, and I put in the new cover as well, so that is looking all good. So I'm very proud of that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing back in right now, and I can't wait to see how it looks. Okay, well, there we go. Our roof liner is now done after about a day's work and less than $100. Our roof liner is looking a whole lot better, and I hope yours is looking really, really good too. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe down below and let me know what you guys may want to see next. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.